You've definitely seen the footage. Antarctica. Thousands of penguins marching toward the sea, toward food, water, and life. And then there's just that one guy. He breaks away from the crowd. He stops, looks around. Then he turns his back on the ocean and starts walking deep into the continent, into the frozen wasteland, toward mountains that are 70 kilometers away, into nowhere, to die. The internet turned him into an icon. They call him the nihilist penguin, the samurai penguin. We look at him and think, bro, I feel you. Especially on a Monday morning, especially when life feels like an endless Groundhog Day. We see a rebel who told the system to screw itself, or a philosopher who realized the futility of existence. But why does he actually do it? Is it a conscious choice? Depression? Or did nature just hit the exit button? The answer scientists found is way scarier than death itself. I'll tell you at the very end of the video. For now, while our penguin is trudging into his frozen nowhere, let's look at those who run toward a cliff not out of misery, but out of joy. Scotland, the ancient Overtoun Bridge. Gothic vibes, fog, pure beauty. But the locals avoid it. Since the 1950s, over 600 dogs have jumped headfirst off this bridge. And get this, they always jump from the same side, always in clear weather, and only long-nosed breeds. The dog runs, wags its tail, enjoying the walk, hops onto the parapet, and bam, a 50-foot drop onto the rocks. For years, people whispered about the white lady, ghosts, and demons. But what's the actual catch? No mysticism. Scientists found minks living under the bridge. Ordinary, smelly minks. Their urine has a super sharp, musky scent. To a hunting dog, that smell is a promise of happiness. It's the prize. It's the meaning of life. The dog's logic shuts down. Because of the high stone walls, it doesn't see the drop. It thinks it's hopping over a little fence into a Garden of Eden, but ends up in free fall. Recognize yourself? You see the high salary, the director title, or that quote 6 on a card just to flex on your neighbor. Oh. We often break our necks chasing scents we don't even need. We jump for an illusion, blind to the actual landscape. A dog jumping alone is a tragic mistake of an individual. But what happens when the madness hits not just one, but thousands at once? Turkey, 2005. Shepherds are having a peaceful breakfast, drinking tea. Suddenly, one sheep walks to the cliff and jumps. The shepherds didn't even finish chewing their sandwiches before 1,500 more hurled themselves after her. Imagine the sight, a living, bleeding waterfall of wool. The result? The first 450 sheep died instantly. The rest survived. You know why? Because landing on a mountain of your friend's corpses is actually pretty soft. The best orthopedic mattress in the world, if you have no conscience. What's the point here? Oh my God. It's called quote 7. If everyone is getting a mortgage, I need one too. If everyone is opening coffee shops, I'll open one. If everyone gets married at 25, I better hurry up because the clock is ticking. We are deathly afraid of being the sheep left alone on the plateau. We think, quote 9. But the irony is, the first sheep might have just slipped, or wanted a patch of grass on the edge. She made a mistake, and we turn someone else's mistake into our life plan, and we jump. Herd instinct is terrifying. But at least the sheep can see who they're following. Now imagine a worse scenario. What if the voice telling you to jump isn't coming from outside, but from right inside your own head? Welcome to the world of insects. An ant or a cricket lives its life, makes plans, carries a twig, and suddenly it drops everything. It climbs the tallest blade of grass and freezes, waiting for a bird to eat it. Or a cricket that hates water runs to drown itself in the nearest puddle. Why? There's a passenger inside, the cordyceps fungus or a hairworm. The parasite needs to get into water or a bird's stomach to reproduce. So it literally hacks the host's brain chemistry. It turns the host into an Uber to the graveyard. The cricket thinks, I want to swim so bad, it's my dream. But actually, it's just what the worm in his gut wants. Perfect crisis management. Now look in the mirror. The scariest question for a man in his 30s is, are my desires actually mine? That new iPhone? That car you're slaving away at a job you hate for? That vacation in Bali just to get the photo for Instagram? Did you really want that? Or is it a parasite made of marketing, social media algorithms, and public opinion pulling the strings? We are programmed to want things we don't need. And if you live only to feed this system, how are you any better than that cricket marching toward the water? Okay, let's assume you don't have worms in your brain. You're clean. But the modern world doesn't need to get under your skin to break your navigator. I have another brutal story about intentional dismemberment in the animal kingdom, and since YouTube might kill the channel for it, that video is waiting for you in our Telegram channel. Link in the description. India, the village of Jatinga, a creepy place. Every autumn, on moonless, foggy nights, a _12_ happens. Hundreds of birds crash into houses, fall onto the streets, smash against walls. For centuries, locals believed the gods were sending them dinner delivery. They'd just go out and collect them. But ornithologists found the truth. The birds don't want to die. They are disoriented by the wind and the village lights. In the dark and fog, they fly toward the light, thinking it's the way out, a landmark. But it's a concrete wall. They circle the lamps until they drop from total exhaustion. That is classic burnout, brother. There are too many lights in the modern world. Success 24/7, deadlines, news, notifications. Be better, be richer, don't sleep. We fly toward this light, terrified of the dark and the silence. We lose our orientation in this information noise. We smash against the walls of reality until we drop without strength. And sometimes, to survive, you have to do a paradoxical thing. Kill the lights and just sit in the dark. Birds, insects, sheep. They are biological robots. Their glitches are pure mechanics. But let's go higher, to where feelings live. To where it's not light or smell that kills you, but a broken heart. Flint the chimpanzee. When his old mother Flo died, Flint was a young, strong, physically healthy male. But something inside him snapped. He stopped eating, stopped socializing. He simply went back to the spot where his mother died, lay down, and stared at a single point. A month later, he died. Doctors wrote, necrosis, gastroenteritis. Poets would say, he died of grief. This isn't a joke anymore. Flint is a mirror of losing meaning. For men, this often happens not because of a person's death, but the death of a purpose. When you poured your soul into a business and it burned down. When you built a house and the family fell apart. You look healthy, arms and legs are working, but someone flipped the breaker inside. The main connection is severed, and you start dying while sitting on the couch, even if your heart keeps beating. Flint faded away because he couldn't survive the pain. It was passive fading. And here is the main thought for you, the reason we gathered here. Your wild desire to drop everything is not a system glitch. It is your security system. It is your intelligence. You can stop in the middle of your frozen wasteland, tell the herd instinct to go to hell, spit the parasite out of your head. Look at the compass and say, what the hell? I'm turning around. Your compass isn't broken, friend. You've just been holding it upside down for too long. Turn around. The sea is the other way. Catch the exclusive on Telegram. Peace.